explained. We have
Yes.
Hello, 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 and hello. Welcome to Panel Talk. This is a half-an-hour talk show, and I'm your host, Troy Skubitz. Folks, we have a fun show on today. We have a gentleman named Spencer, who used to be the manager, one of the managers at Duke's down below the 5th Avenue. What's that area called? That's Rainier?
Pedestrian concourse.
Pedestrian concourse. Okay. Anyway, on 5th Avenue. And he was the main reason that there was such a great elemental just a quality about it that lended itself to the theater, because he used window cards from theater posters. And so we're going to take a look at those. But first, we're going to go take a look to see who's on the panel today. Hello, Nancy Harris. How are you?
Hello, Troy.
Hey, welcome to the show. Nancy, you have a connection to our guest today, I understood before the show.
Yes, I do.
Quickly explain.
I was assaulted at a theater a couple years ago, and when I was in a very bad position, Spencer came and saved me.
Saved you, so Superman Spencer.
Yes, Superman. He's my hero. He's my hero. He came and saved the day because I was in a hallway and I was locked away from everyone and I couldn't get out of it. So he came and saved me.
That's a good story. Good story.
He wasn't a guilty bystander?
No, he was not one of the guilty bystanders.
Well, thanks for being on the show. And then we have Dave Dale. Welcome to the show, Dave.
Just one clap.
How are you?
Good.
Nobody was that was so sad. Nobody cared. Yeah, whatever, Dave Dale, blah, blah. How are you, Dave? Your hair's so long.
Yeah, it needs cut.
It needs to be cut. What's new with you?
Nothing.
Haven't seen you in a long
Got a
time.
convertible.
Oh, well, no wonder his hair's long. He just wants it to blow in the wind.
That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Are you doing that well for yourself where you can buy a
No, not at all. I'm, I don't own it, but I own it.
Last time we talked, your phone was not even working.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now you bought a car.
Yeah.
Does the phone work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Things are looking up for Dave.
Yeah. He said going well. I have a phone and a car.
How about a car phone?
That's next.
It's too noisy.
Too noisy? What's too noisy?
The stereo. I have a volume control problem. I keep it really loud.
Oh, I see.
So I can't hear when I grind gears when I'm shifting.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
And then joining us as well, we have Katie Braid, who we haven't seen in a while either. Hi, Katie.
Ask her what's new.
Yeah, what's new, Katie? A lot is new. Go ahead.
Not much, just moved.
Just moved, yeah, but who'd you move in with?
Oh, Rob.
Oh, Rob. Oh, Rob. And who's Rob now?
Rob's my fiance and we're getting married.
Yay. June what?
June 12th.
June 12th. Very nice.
And I think we should do a remote show.
Okay, where are you getting married?
Just tell her what
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Do you have a church lined up, or are you going to just show up?
Oh, package deal with one of the casinos.
Really? Mm-hmm. Which casino?
The Tropicana.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know.
Is it going to be an Elvis
Huh?
impersonator?
Well, we had the choice but of Elvis, Star Trek, Gangster, Beach, 70s, disco, choices for
So I hope he
things.
chose the disco.
What did you choose?
I wanted disco. Rob would have done anything, and But Mom and Dad just said, standard. And that's fine with me. They're making it a little more elaborate than I
How
wanted
about
it
a
to
Star
be.
Trek Elvis disco? All at once.
Star Trek.
And then I thought about the Star Trek, but Rob wouldn't wear the little pointy ears for me.
Damn it.
Fun.
Oh, that would be great.
I've seen his
later in
ears.
the
They're already
bedroom.
kind of funny.
They are kind of pointy.
Later in the
Kids
bedroom.
later. He'll wear those.
So I will be Katie O'Neill.
Katie O'Neill. I have to get used to a new last name.
I know. I'll be like, I'm Katie O'Neill. Who stole my Lucky Charms?
Character in Ryan's Hope.
Probably.
All right. And then joining us as well is Katie, is Geno Kaupiko. Hi, Geno. Katie Kaupiko.
I'm changing my name.
Hey,
I'm
Geno,
not getting married.
do you realize Matt lit your hair today?
Yes, he did.
Your hair, the wall of hair.
It is a wall of hair.
Lit by Matt.
Look, it doesn't move.
He has amazing hair.
So I
doesn't
can
he?
ride in his convertible and not even get...
And we have,
Wind blown.
the neat thing about today's show is we have one extra panel that we normally carry on the show. We normally do 3 panelists, but we have our 4 main staples today, and I thought it'd be fun. Since we have the 4 of us together, or 4 of you together, and then myself included, we have a surprise for one of the panelists. Can we guess which one it would be for?
Yes.
It would be for Mr. Hair himself, Geno Kaupiko. So if we take a moment and take a look at the monitor, here's a little tribute to Mr. Geno Kaupiko. What's that?
I said, who can we thank for today's show?
Geno came up with the idea that we should call it.
How did he come up with that idea?
I don't know how.
I almost drove over some kids in a field trip. Swam on a bike, I'm like, what the? And then I'm like, oh, Northwest Puppet
We should
Theater.
have him on the show.
Yeah. So,
Very good. Thank you very much.
I'm
for
glad it
that.
worked out.
Yeah, I
I'm
am
looking
too.
forward to seeing it.
Yeah. What do you know about today's topic? Sexually transmitted diseases, Geno.
Oh, gosh. Well, virgins like me really don't have much
So,
first-hand experience with that.
Single now.
single now. So,
And we both have our birthdays coming
Yeah.
up.
oh, happy
Yes, so
birthday!
where's the cake?
Thank you.
Well, we ate. We had Danish and pastry here.
Thanks to who?
Thanks to Geno
Of
again.
course. Common denominator here.
Geno, you just do it all.
You know, what do you put in your hair?
Your hair looks mighty tall today. I
It
must say.
does, doesn't it? Just don't light a match too close. Geno puts secret ingredients in his hair. I don't know.
You put in your hair.
Thank you. That is the question. Actually, the hair is really just natural. I'm a natural kind of guy, and it just, always looks good.
Yeah. Let's ask Daniel Lewis what Geno puts in his hair. Daniel Lewis, a famous hair cutter of Seattle area. Go ahead. What do you think he puts?
I don't know, but it's pretty stiff.
Especially you two. I haven't seen him. How are you?
You messed up the gel mitt.
So what? Knock it off. This gel mitt is going to win me an Oscar. No, I used Focus 21 or something like that. Pump, spritz, spray, or whatever it is. Sometimes I do pomade, but pomade is greasy. And if I do use pomade, it only has to be.
We only have 30 minutes.
All right, we can do a round of what Geno puts on his hair. Pomade, hairspray. Because the way I sit at the kind of computer and typewriter and stuff, I feel like I've got a coat hanger in my shirt all the time because of just putting tension and stuff. So I could stand to get more massage, but unfortunately my hair takes first priority, and they make it turn over and stuff. I have things to do. I don't have to go home and reset the hair.
How vain are you?
Actually, my hair is actually...
It's a wall of hair.
It's in mourning because my hair idol passed away last week, Jack Lord.
Oh, yes. Oh, Jack.
So, my laminated pompadour...
Sorry, that's a little hard.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're fun.
Yeah. What do they say when we get ready for the show? They always say, go to Troy, light the wall of teeth. And when they go to Geno, light the wall of hair, right?
Just don't light the match too close.
That's a proof.
I'll be in trouble, yeah.
Go get a beverage, we'll go to Geno. All right.
Special thing that I can do?
Yeah, what can you do? And it can't be hair related.
Oh, well then,
You can stand on
I
his
was going
hair.
to put the chair on top of the head, but please help me welcome today. Our guest is James Jordan. And James Jordan is a hair color expert. So any of you out there that are considering coloring your hair, please listen up because you might learn something today. And we're going to find out a little bit about James and his choice of career, his experiences in it, and maybe get some tips on hair color.
That was it. There we go. Geno.
I like the one where you went.
You know, that clip was much longer.
Was it?
It's like a 9-minute clip.
No way.
Not way, but who has that kind of time?
Geno does to do his hair.
That's right. Priorities here.
Anyway, Geno is the second most seen person on the show, and
That's right.
I thought it'd be fun to put something together. So much appreciation to Geno
you.
and being a part on the show. Back at you.
Right back
So
at
let's get started with the show. We have, like I said earlier, we have Spencer Fairbanks, who has a window card collection of great Broadway shows, not just from around the world, from around the country, but locally as well. Such places as the Fifth Avenue Theater and the Paramount as well. So we're going to take a look at that. And like I said, he was a big contributor to the now defunct Duke's Restaurant. Let's say hello to Mr. Spencer Fairbanks. Hello, Spencer.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good. First of all, let's see what a window card looks like,
Okay.
just so that everyone understands.
A window card is 14 by 22 inches.
Okay.
And it's called a window card because basically it's placed in windows at the theater. And this is the main sort of advertising. This is the standard Broadway size.
Okay. And is there a history with window cards? Do they go back as far as blah, blah?
Oh, yeah, certainly they go back to the early 1900s. And this standardized size has been around since about the 1950s.
To the 1950s. So what is your oldest window card?
The oldest window card I have is probably from My Fair Lady.
Okay.
Which
was the 60s, right? Is that right?
Yeah, the particular one I have is from the London production, which was 1961.
1961 with Julie Andrews
Yes.
and Rex Harrison.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, very interesting. How do you come across that?
There's various different channels. There's the internet now. There's different collectors. Basically, I usually go to New York about once a year.
No, aren't you lucky, you son of a bitch?
I try to. I haven't been back in about 2 years, but I try to. And there's an excellent store there called Triton Gallery.
Okay.
And
they have old window cards there, and they get real pricey, I'm sure.
they can go up to about $500.
Yeah. Well, they're neat to see. Show me something else you have. So this is Evita, but what is this? The national tour?
Yeah, this one, it's one of my favorites. This is from the 1982 production of Evita at the Fifth Avenue. It's one of my favorite shows, and
Patti
one of my... No, this was Darren Alte, who replaced Patti LuPone in New York.
So this was a national tour?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see it had a quite lengthy run at the theater. It was running almost a month there.
Okay.
It was a big hit.
What else do you have?
I brought just a few others. These are some I like. This is Miss Saigon.
Oh!
Baby's favorite.
Miss Saigon.
Yes.
And that was a national tour as well.
It was on tour. This is actually from the New York production, excuse me.
Okay.
But I always liked the painting and the graphic. And
Sure. And did you see it there in New York?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And how was that?
It was good. I fell for when it first opened, they offered $100 seats for the first seats in the dress circle or the mezzanine balcony, and I was really excited about it. But I was in the very last row on the end.
Well,
totally
but you
over.
still got to see it.
But it was great.
With Leah Salonga.
Yes,
That's
she
very
was
exciting.
excellent.
How about that, huh? And you
I
have
have
more.
another favorite, and this is I know, either you love it or hate it, but
that's
I
right.
love it.
This way, there's a little glare. There we go. And you love that show? Is that one of your favorite shows?
It is. I love the story since I was a little kid, but I happen to think the music is excellent.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And
But there seems to be a backlash on Andrew Lloyd Webber.
oh yes, very much so.
Yeah, and why do you think?
I think part of it is because he was from Britain. Musicals were traditionally an American art form, and he was successful. And a lot of people have compared him to Puccini, who was also criticized for writing popular music. And also, he tended to bring big productions to New York, which raised the production costs, kind of wiped out smaller shows. But I think he's an excellent composer.
Yeah, but there's so many small shows on Broadway right now. I mean, there's so many theaters that everything should be able to survive.
I agree.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Okay, what else do you have?
This is from for you Sondheim fans out there.
Yeah, that's me. Sweeney Todd, I love.
excellent Sweeney
I love
Todd.
that show. Yeah. And did you see this one on Broadway?
I did not, actually. This is from the '79 production. I saw it on videotape, but I've never seen it.
You've never seen it live?
No, I haven't.
No. And Angela Lansbury and Lynn Carew.
Yes.
Yep, and that's a good show. Good show.
Yes.
And
Sure. Okay, and what I brought a few of my autograph posters.
Oh, great.
I like to get them autographed whenever I can.
And you stand, do you buy them pre-autographed, or do you stand at the backstage
No,
door?
I go to the stage door because I want them to say to Spencer on
Oh,
them.
okay.
So
All right.
I have no problem asking for an autograph. This is from Julie Harris,
All right.
which was at the Fifth Avenue.
That's a good one. She was at, okay. And when was that? Driving Miss Daisy?
That
That's
was
what it is.
probably about,
Before it was made into a film, I imagine.
yeah, I think that was about 7 years ago.
Oh, great. And then Brock Peters, who the hell is that?
Brock Peters, excellent actor. He was in To Kill a Mockingbird, the guy that
Like
was...
Once Upon a Time, way back?
Way back.
Who did he play?
He was the,
Boo Radley?
no,
No.
Boo Radley was Robert Duvall.
Oh, okay.
He was in Star Trek 4.
Okay, thank you.
Wasn't he the prisoner?
Yeah,
The
prisoner,
trial?
that guy.
The trial, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
with the trial.
Oh, yeah. Well, I imagine, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
All right, this two more here. This one I got from New
Sondheim
York,
again.
yes. Signed by Mr. Sondheim.
Oh! Can I? Oh, I didn't see that because I
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah, squealing like a little stuffed pig.
There you go.
Let's share.
All right. There's Stephen Sondheim. Did you meet him, Stephen Sondheim?
No, my uncle got this actually for me. I haven't met him, like, to be honest with you, but this one's worth quite a bit of money,
Sure.
it being signed by him.
And this
so.
is London, right?
Yes,
London
this
cast?
is, I believe this is the London cast recording.
Well, that's exciting. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And was this one in the restaurant?
Yes, it was.
All
yeah.
right. Okay. All right.
And this is another one of my favorites, but Jekyll and Hyde. Whoa, it's not on cardboard, so
It is quite
hold it
signed.
up. But I got this signed at a cast release party when they released the CD.
Okay. And look at all the signatures. That
signature
is.
on that one?
Probably Linda Eder and Frank Wildhorn,
Very nice.
Main
composer.
principals for that?
Yes, Linda Eder was the lead and Frank was the composer.
She has quite a growing career right now. She's pretty hot.
She's doing very well. She's just released her third album, I believe.
Okay.
And she's in her second year now.
Very nice. Why don't you leave? Let's leave the Stephen Sondheim.
All right.
All right. Now, let's go take a round of questions from the panel. We have so many today. So, hello, Nancy. Go ahead.
Hi. How many total posters do you have, and how many of those shows have you actually seen? Now, I'm talking the shows that, even though you haven't seen the original production, you got to see it in some form.
Yeah, okay.
Total posters that I have is probably about 100.
Quite a few.
I've seen probably about 75% of the productions. So they're more fun to have, obviously, the ones that I've seen.
And so your apartment's just all
All my
posters?
wall space is taken up, yes.
Okay. And I had heard that somebody, where did I hear this? Somebody had removed one of your posters from the restaurant. One that was quite valuable. Is that true?
Yes, every once in a while one will get taken. Generally, I'll write something on the back, my name, please don't steal. You know, I'll write a nice little note. Some of them were quite valuable that I took out of the restaurant just because of that. We had one that we discovered. Someone was touring through Carousel and said, "Do you realize," it was King and I with Yul Brynner.
Okay.
They said, "Do you realize what this is worth? It's a very rare print." So I quickly took that one down.
Sure. But did one disappear?
A few of them did disappear over the years.
But they're easy to replace.
Most of them were.
Okay.
Most of them were.
All right.
yeah.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crappy people. Hey, if you're watching this show, return the poster. All right. Fifth Avenue. Send it back to the Fifth Avenue. Dave Dale, go ahead.
Okay, out of all the shows that are out now, what are the ones that you want that you don't have?
Well, there's a new. They've come up with some new posters for Jekyll and Hyde. There's one I just saw that I'm dying to get. Triumph of Love, which was a musical that closed, which would be somewhat rare, would be good to get. And I like to get all the new ones. Lion King, Ragtime, certainly.
Scarlet Pimpernel. That's
Scarlet Pimpernel.
Sideshow, which closed.
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
All right. Katie?
How do you preserve them? I noticed that they're just loose. Do you usually frame them? Some protective covering, or?
Yes, I try to. Framing is pretty expensive, and these are battered. Also moving from apartment to apartment to
Yeah.
apartment over time. So about 25 of them I have now framed under glass, and now I'm just kind of doing it gradually.
Yeah, like you said, it's very expensive.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And Geno?
based upon the success of your first novel, do you have any plans? Anyways, that's my pat answer when everyone's taking my questions. So, question: how did you? Now, so from working at the restaurant, did you approach the manager or whatever? Were you the manager?
I was the assistant manager.
Okay. Did you approach them with the idea of sharing your collection as a tie-in with the theater upstairs?
I just started doing it, actually. I didn't really ask them. I just started taking things down and putting little pictures up.
Is that funny?
And I just kind of started.
What response did you get from customers over time?
Well, they really liked it, especially the older ladies, especially the people that had been in the Fifth Avenue for many years. It was great because the pictures and the posters bring back memories, and people like, oh, remember when we saw that? So it was very favorable.
Yeah.
They liked it.
Well, they were clumped together in different years, right?
Yes.
For the season, the Fifth Avenue season.
The Fifth Avenue Musical Theater Company, yeah, we had a certain wall that started with the very first show, Mame, and continued all the way around.
Where did the collection start with you? What was your very first window card?
I have to confess, it was Annie.
Annie, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're about my age, and that's what came to town at that time. Is that right?
That was my first Broadway show at the Fifth Avenue. Was Annie.
Yeah, I saw it too when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing to be ashamed about,
There's
and
a
it's
lot
coming
to be
back.
ashamed of.
Well, it represents a lot of the 70s. It's a very 70s musical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that was your first.
That was the
Thank you,
first that,
Annie.
and it mildly got me in.
Yeah, Annie.
But Evita was really the show that kind of catapulted me into musical theater. And
Okay. All right. Let's go back to Nancy. Go ahead.
Yes. What was your most memorable experience of getting like an autograph on a poster, one of your posters?
Good question.
Wow. Well, Carol Channing comes to mind because she was such a legend and she was very, very dear.
I want to ask you, Carol Channing. So when did you see her? When she was here last touring?
Yes, through the Paramount.
At the Paramount.
Yeah.
And what did she do? Or say?
She was just, larger than life, and I waited to see her and acted like that she had known me for years.
She did?
Yes.
Yeah, and she's
I
first
said
time-
some silly story like, I met you, 10 years ago at the Fifth Avenue. She's like, oh, yes! Like she remembered me, of course. And I'm sure she didn't, but she was sweet, and she was great. God bless her.
God bless her is right. And she signed it there for you?
She signed it right there, and that was one that I've been just trying to get for many years. That was
Sure. Because I tried getting her autograph in person, and they said stay away from the car. They said because she was very scared. How did you have the opportunity to get close to her?
Basically, I left a letter backstage just saying that I was working at the theater, I really loved her, and if I could just have a small, quick moment to say hello.
And they invited you in?
And her husband, her handler, Chuck, said, why don't you come around and she can say hello very quickly.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then what else? Since Nancy.
There was just, probably the most exciting one was Michael Crawford in Phantom.
Very good.
Again, I wrote a letter, went backstage. I was just so shaking and so nervous. And he said something like, how did you like the show? And I was like, I couldn't even, the show was so incredible. I'd just seen it, was my first time. And meeting him was a big thrill.
And that was in New York as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Dave.
On the flip side, who was the rudest person?
Oh, there we go.
The rudest person, oh God, who was rude to me? Well, actually, Julie Andrews was the rudest person.
Not Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
We're going to change the board. Go ahead.
Victoria. She had barriers placed out the stage door, and all of her fans were waiting. And, normally they'll come and say hello or thank you, or at least pose for a picture. And she just bolted right past everyone, got in her door, slammed in her car, and just took right off. And I thought that was, kind of unclassy. And
Yeah.
that's very atypical, though. I mean, movie stars who are doing Broadway bring kind of those attitudes with them. But generally, stage stars, they love to meet.
And what she is, she's originally a stage star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. There were so many people, though. Is that it?
I still think it only takes, just a second to even say hello or just to wave. And just to, I just thought it was just, she could have just said hi,
It was
something.
inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Katie.
What's the most that you've paid for one?
Probably top range, I think I paid $125 for a 3-sheet poster, or it's called a subway size poster. I don't know if you've been in New York in the subways. They're quite large. And it's my pride and joy. It's my Patti LuPone Evita poster.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very exciting. And Geno.
Now that I take it the restaurant isn't there anymore, are you not connected with
No,
that?
the restaurant unfortunately closed about a year ago.
Where are you able to display your...
Well, I don't really have any place. They're all in my apartment right now.
So you're inviting us all over after the show?
Come on down.
Come on down.
Sure. So they're in storage. I hope to open up a restaurant again soon, either in conjunction with Paramount Theater or Fifth Avenue Theater. So hopefully we can get them dusted off and back up again.
Yeah, good. It would be nice to the public would be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We only have a couple minutes left. Does anyone have a pressing question?
Not pressing.
Not pressing. Anyone? All right, then I will. Stephen Sondheim. What other shows do you have of his? Because I love him so much. Go ahead.
Well, Sunday in the Park with George.
Yes, I like that one.
Certainly.
What
Into
else?
the Woods.
Oh, I like that one.
I have Passion.
Yeah. Oh, I like Passion.
Follies.
Yeah. Are you scheduling a trip to New York anytime soon?
I'm looking to go, in August.
In August.
Yeah.
That's a hot time of the year to go.
It is, and people say I'm insane, but the theaters are air conditioned. A lot of the New Yorkers are out of town.
Okay.
It's kind of easy to move around. It's a great
And
time
do you
to
have
be there.
tickets already for any shows?
No, if I go single, you can usually get pretty good luck just going up to the box office that day. Lion King will probably be really tough.
Yeah. But you can't plan right now for those?
Oh, I can. I just haven't just nailed down a date yet. But
Well, Spencer, the posters have been great, and I think this one is just fabulous. So thank you for the gift. Where did it go? I didn't see it.
Oh, well.
Amazing. Anyway, thank you very much, Spencer
Thank
Fairbanks,
you.
everybody.
Thanks.
I'd like to thank our panel: Nancy Harris, Dave Dale. We have Katie. What's the new last name? O'Neill.
It's not yet.
Katie Braid O'Neill.
Soon to be.
Soon to be O'Neill, and Geno Kaupiko, the hair. Thanks for being on the show. I've been your host, Troy Skubitz. We have another terrific show lined up for you next week. We have Stephen Sondheim, a show about Stephen Sondheim, so stay tuned to that. We'll continue on with our Broadway series for the next month, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
I didn't know we had a Broadway series going.
We have... Rosie
What's
alone.
going on? I missed
Okay,
those
see, I'm
shows.
returning it on camera so that, when he takes me to court. Say, hey, where'd my poster go? You're just disappointed.
That was fun.
Did it go by fast?
That.
It did go by
Yeah,
fast.
it usually goes by fast.
Yeah.
It's the waiting for the show to start is the longest process.
So did you ever get Julie Andrews? Since she ran
No,
out.
she ran out.
Mary Poppins.
Pretty cool.
Squealing like a stuck pig.
Stephen Sondheim.
I never liked Sound of Music either.
My goodness.